Good afternoon, everyone. I think many of them are hungry, but this session would be a good session since I think many of there would be bankers also and startup entrepreneur. As Nagarajan sir was telling that he was emphasizing that we are lending, we are not investing, we are lending. Same CGTMSE is like we provide guarantee. We not lend or invest, we provide guarantee. And guarantee is basically to the banks, MLIs, NBFCs, or banks. Earlier, it is like most of the borrowers has an impression that they directly contact us saying that you provide loan, can you loan to us? But we directly deal with the banks. So all the borrowers or entrepreneurs, they have to approach bank for this to get covered under scheme. CGTMSE has been set up in the year July 2000 jointly by MSME, that is MSME, SIDBI and Government of India. SIDBI, CGTMSE is located in only in Mumbai, and there is around only 45 member staff is there who is handling all over India guarantee coverage. Then we have around 276 member lending institution. Member lending institution is the banks, NBFCs, cooperative banks, RRBs, and we have including the MFIs also. Moving forward, why the objective of MSME, objective of CGTMSE? Keeping in today is a MSME celebration day. So keeping in the view that CGTM is MSME, it has been observed that most of the borrower credit access is they can access credit loans from the banks, but due to lack of collateral security they are unable to get access to the lending. So based on keeping in this view, MSME have bought CGTMSE, wherein we provide collateral free or collateral free and third party guarantee free loans lending credit facilities. Then it helps in financial inclusion, wherein hassle-free access to the loans and create opportunity for the future economic development. As Indian economy, MSME plays a pivotal role in the Indian economy, and giving guarantee help to boost the lending from the bank's point of view, and this would help the bankers as well as to the economy to grow. CGTMSE has grown tremendously. This to July 2025, we would be completing 25 years of celebration, wherein we have grown tremendously. These are the guarantee coverage we are covered. That is, in the year 2022, it was around 56,172 guarantees has been covered under CGTMSE, and now in the year 2025, we are covered up to 3,05,507 crores of guarantees. Guarantee coverage means borrowers are, this is the amount of the loan, amount of the guarantee we have given to the bankers. Now, benefits of CGTMSE. CGTMSE beneficial to both the bankers as well as to the MSE sector. Now, bankers, it is a benefit that if a guarantee is covered under CGTMSE, they need not maintain any capital leverage. As per the IRAC norm, they need not maintain any capital leverage. Secondly, they can make good their loss. Whatever loss is there, we provide 75% of the guarantee cover to the banks. The banks basically to the borrower. So, and mostly it is like faster recovery for institutional dues. All those banks who get covered guarantee under CGTMSE, in order to claim, wherein we would be giving the guarantee only when they initiate a legal action. So there is a that is limit on which amount they have to initiate legal action, that I will cover up in the next slide. But the legal action, so since banks initiate legal action, so it would help them for the improve faster recovery for institutional debt. And zero risk weight allows more capital leverage for the MLIs. Secondly, for the MSEs, that is without collateral, now collateral would be a no more concern for them. Without collateral also, they can approach banks and take the credit lending up to 100 CR. Support first generation entrepreneur and facilitate job seeker to the job creators and improve risk profile of the MSE. Moving forward, these are the products CGTMSE is covering. there are around 5 products. Products is basically conventional that initially we had only one, that is CGS1 scheme. CGS1 scheme is basically with the banks. The lending, whatever banks do, they cover under CGTMSE, that is covered under CGS1 scheme. CGS2 scheme, that is FinTech and digital NBFCs are covered under the scheme. 3, wherein banks and NBFC together lend to a borrower, that loans get covered under co-lending scheme, that is scheme for co-lending. Then coming with the scheme with the state government, CGTMSE have signed MOU with around 8 to 9 state government. So, wherein we provide 75% of the guarantee coverage in the normal guarantee, but under this state government scheme, there is up to 90% or 100% of the guarantee. That is, CGTMSE would be giving 75%, and the difference of 15% or 10% or 20% would be given by the state government. So, this is basically to enhance the increase the credit lending in the particular state. PM Swanidhi support to the state vendors, and PM Vishwakarma, that is for the artisans and craftspeople. So, this is the product scheme wherein CGTMSE provide guarantee, and we have different portal for different scheme. CGS1, there is portal is different, wherein CGS2, and there are registration process is also different. For to get covered under CGTMSE, under CGS1, that is conventional lender, banks had to get registered. Under CGS2, NBFC get registered. And for registration portion, there is some guidelines that it has to up to 4% of NPA levels should be there, not more than that. And for NBFC, that is above 15% CRR should be there, and it should be registered under RBI for the registration under NBFC. Once NBFC approaches to CGTMSE, banks approaches to CGTMSE, then only we create a member lending institution. They become our member lending, they become our MLIs, and post becoming MLIs, they can take guarantee under CGTMSE only after getting registered. Recent policy improvements. CGTMSE, MSE, since we have been guidelined by the MSME, Government of India and SIDBI, whatever rules, regulations, modification they come up with, that we follow it. But most of the bankers and as well as with the borrowers, they were saying that the CGTMSE's fee is very high. So, we are not approaching CGTMSE. You are providing loan, credit lending, no collateral, but fee is high. The guarantee coverage is only 75%. So, in order to ease that process and in order to make beneficial to the bankers and borrowers, we have come up with recent improvements. That is, the ceiling cover up to 2 CR we used to give the credit lending, that we have increased till 5 CR, and now we have increased the limit to up to 10 CR. 10 CR basically, that is without collateral or third party guarantee, can be covered under CGS1 scheme. Under CGS1 is up to 10 CR, and under NBFC is up to 5 CR. Then reduction in annual guarantee fee. The maximum annual guarantee fee, this is the fee what we charge for the loans that has been covered under CGTMSE for which guarantee has been taken. The fee is charged yearly till the expiry of the guarantee under CGTMSE. Now, fee earlier it was like we used to charge up to 1.2%, that is of the loan amount, depending upon the slab, on which slab it is. The maximum fee was 1.2, and minimum it is 0.37 up to 10 lakh. So, in order to promote, so we have reduced the fees from 1.2 to 0.8, and that is in the next slide I have come up with 1.2, we have reduced it to 0.8%. Moving forward, we have come up with the recent policy wherein special benefit to the MSE promoted by transgender, and concession of 10% in the standard annual guarantee fee and increase in the coverage. Minimum coverage is 75%. So, maximum coverage increase in, that is we would be providing 85% of coverage. Now, coverage means what? 85% of coverage we are giving, it basically the claim settlement we do. Suppose if you have taken a loan amount of 10 lakh, from a bank, and bank has covered 10 lakh loan under CGTMSE. So for that 10 lakh, they would be paying the fee annually up to 5 years or 3 years, whatever tenure they have mentioned in a portfolio. Then on that, the loss would be of the 10 lakh if the loss amount is 5 lakh. So of that 5 lakh, we would be giving a 75% of the loan. 75% of the coverage. So this is the extent of guarantee coverage, means 75% of the loss of the bank would be borne by CGTMSE. Then MLIs, in the earlier it was like CGTMSE used to cover only loans that has been sanctioned in the previous quarter. That is, if in one quarter you have sanctioned a loan, within next subsequent quarter the loan has to be covered under CGTMSE. But to ease it, because most of the bankers used to say that we have loans in our books, but we cannot cover because you have a facility that only up to next subsequent quarter it has to be covered. So if this loan would in defaulted, then it would be a loss for us. So we have come up with the improvement policy wherein up to they can cover anytime guarantee, wherein you can cover, they can cover the loan under CGTMSE, provided it should not be under SME2 category in the previous 1 year. It should be standard and regular. Under CGTMSE, the guarantee coverage we provide is only to the standard guarantee. Initially, that is standard and regular at the time of taking the guarantee, and within 90 days, the account should not be defaulted. Annual guarantee fee is to be paid for all live accounts till the claim lodgement period. Earlier it was till claim settlement we used to charge the fee. Now it is like till the claim lodgement period they have to make the payment. The features of credit guarantee scheme. Now credit guarantee scheme, we provide guarantees to the micro and small enterprises, wherein micro and small enterprises up to 10 crore can be covered under CGS1 scheme, and up to 5 CR can be covered under NBFC scheme. Now, what are the eligible activity that comes under that is manufacturing, service, retail, wholesale, and educational institution. Initially, we have come up with manufacturing and service sector. Then later on, we have increased it, that we have also started covering the retail sector, wholesale, and educational training. Self-help group and agricultural are not eligible under CGTMSE coverage. Maximum coverage we provide is 75 to 90% coverage. Now 75% is a normal category, whereas 90% that is we provide it to women entrepreneur. All those who are women entrepreneur who have started up the business and they have, women is the promoter of that organization, then we would be giving 90% of the coverage. And anytime guarantee coverage, as I said, anytime whenever that has been sanctioned, they can cover under CGTMSE, provided it should be standard and regular. Now, other features of the credit guarantee scheme. Most of the bankers in the MSME meeting or borrowers, they used to raise query. They used to say that we are charging fee, CGTMSE is charging fee on the higher terms, that is 1.2, and that is borne by the borrower. But there are bankers and NBFC, that is they have a tie-up with them, with the borrowers, wherein the fee would be charged by the banks or a fee would be charged by the borrowers to the borrowers. So in order that to ease the process, to reduce the burden on borrowers as well as to the bankers, we have reduced the fee. And firstly, we have threshold limit for the waiver of legal action is 10 lakh per claim. Earlier, legal action is mandatory. Whenever you initiate legal action, then only you would be getting the claim under CGTMSE portal. So earlier it was like up to 1 lakh, there is no legal action has to be initiated. Now we have increased the threshold limit to up to 10 lakh. Up to 10 lakh, if the loan outstanding is there, so they need not take any legal action. They can upload the data in a system and the claim would be settled in such cases. Moving concession in the fee and increase in the extent of coverage. Collaboration with the state government, almost 8 to 9 state government we have collaborated. API integration with the auto flow of data. Earlier it was that MLI used to punch day by day, cases used to be punched in a day, that is 20,000, 30,000 guarantees in a day. But now we have started with API integration. We have come up with API integration around 4 to 5 banks, wherein their data would be directly pulled up with the bank's data, and the guarantee would be approved. Lock-in period. Now, most of the NBFCs, banks, it is like there is no problem. They have a loans tenure up to 5 years, 10 years, 12, 15 years. But in NBFC, it has been observed that NBFCs and in the smaller ticket, in banks also, wherein there are smaller ticket size loans. So, what they say, ki for CGTMSE coverage, they would be taking the coverage, and post 18 months MLIs can lodge the claim under CGTMSE portal. 18 months there is a lock-in period. That is, within this period, bankers cannot lodge the claim. So, in order that ease the process and in order to benefit the smaller ticket size loans, what we have done, we have reduced the lock-in period. For smaller ticket size loans, the lock-in period has been reduced to 9 months up to 10 lakh loans, and wherein the term period is up to 36 months. Now, term period means tenure that has been mentioned in the while taking the guarantee under CGTMSE. 10% reduction in the guarantee fee and extent of guarantee, then 5% over ICDD, identified credit guarantee deficit states are there, districts are there. In such district, if the guarantees has been taken, we reduce the fee of 10% and increase in the guarantee percentage. And special provision for informal micro enterprise. Now, as Nagarajan sir told that there are informal micro enterprises wherein they do not have Udyam number, UAP, and they are registered under UAP and they are not registered under GST portal. So, for such loans, we also provide guarantee, and the limit for such loans is up to 20 lakh and 20 lakh, and there is next slide wherein I would be covering up with that. Now, additional relaxation in the guarantee fee. Earlier, it was a fixed rate. Fixed slab was that 0.37, 0.10% or 0.1%. Now, whatever slab is there, that is whatever percentage there, in that percentage we give reduction. That is 10% reduction if the borrower comes under social category, geographic or MSE state. Now, social category target is women, person with disability, ICD, Agnivis, and if it is geographic, northeastern region, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, and up to 50 lakh, then there is a reduction of 10%, and MSE status, that is, if it is ZED certified borrower, then there is a 10% reduction. If a borrower comes under all these three categories, that is, it's a woman, and woman is in NER state, and it also ZED certified, then you would be getting a flat 30% discount in that. For example, if a fee rate is 1%, the fee rate would be charged as 0.07%. So, if that is flat 30%, that is all the three category, if a borrower comes under all the three category. So, relaxation in the guarantee fee. Moving forward to the extent of the guarantee cover. All category of the borrower, we give 75% of the coverage. Now, 75% of the coverage is the eligible amount, 75%. And balance 25% we would be giving in the second claim, that is in the final claim part. 80%. Now, 80% is MSE which are located in Northeast region, Jammu, Kashmir, Union Territories, and up to 50 lakh. 85% if the loan amount is up to 5 lakh and it is SC/ST entrepreneurs, MSE situated in aspirational district, ZED certified and PWD and transgender. And maximum coverage is 90% if an woman entrepreneur and MSE promoted by the Agnivis. So, this is the slab of percentage guarantee what CGTMSE provide post the account defaulted and the coverage we provide. Moving forward, this is the guarantee fee standard rate. Now, these are the standard rate. For example, if a borrower comes under 1%, that is 2 to 5 CR, that is 1%. If the borrower comes under all the three categories as I've earlier raised, so all the three categories, then the rate would be 0.7%, 0.70. So, this is the standard rate and this is charged on the loan outstanding amount, not on the guarantee amount. Initially, we would be charging on the guarantee amount. Guarantee amount, suppose if it is 10 lakh, initially we would be charging 10 lakh ke upar, we would be charging 0.37. Later on the next year, if the outstanding reduces to 5 lakh, then on 5 lakh, 0.37 would be charged. So, reducing balance, that is the outstanding amount year on year on the principal outstanding amount, the fee is charged. State collaboration scheme, these are the 8 to 9 states we have been collaborated. That is Manipur, Meghalaya, Assam, Odisha, Goa, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, wherein the maximum coverage is, if you'll see that, the maximum coverage is 100% or 95%. 75% is given by CGTMSE, and whatever difference is that, 20 or 5% difference would be given by the state government. So this is because of the state collaboration, the guarantee coverage has increased because most of the state get covered, that is they cover the loans under CGTMSE, and since the benefit is more over here, that is maximum coverage, if you'll get 100% of coverage, there is no loss to the banks in that scenario. So state collaboration scheme also helped out in increasing the guarantee coverage under CGTMSE. Moving to the special provision for informal micro enterprise. Now, informal micro enterprise are those who are registered on UAP app and which are exempted for GST regime. Under this IME scheme, up to 20 lakh coverage can be covered under CGTMSE, and up to 20 lakh the fee rate up to 10 lakh is 0.37 and above 10 lakh it is 0.45. And in this, the basic benefit is that there is no legal action initiation required, no legal action is required, and maximum guarantee coverage we provide is 85%. And it is one-time settlement. 85% one-time may we would be settling such cases. And initiation of legal action is not required, and even creation of primary security is not a prerequisite in this scenario. As Nagarajan sir told IDBI Bank mein, ki there are most of the IME cases, IME loans which has been covered, we are not covering. But if there is this benefit has been given by CGTMSE, why not get covered and why not give loans to under this category and get covered under CGTMSE? So this would be beneficial for the banker, that their credit lending would increase and they would be getting coverage also, and as well as to the borrower who are coming under this category, and they would be getting they would be able to avail the credit facility. Why CGTMSE is better than any other security? CGTMSE guarantee is a sovereign guarantee. We are backed by MSME. Whatever loans, since we get a corpus from the MSME, Government of India and SEDB, of that corpus itself, we are settling the claims. So CGTMSE is backed and sovereign in nature and more comfort to the lending institution, extending credit facility to MSE. Since if CGTMSE guarantee coverage is there, banks need not make any capital leverage as per IRAC norms. So this is also one benefit for the bankers, wherein they can zero risk weightage is maintained. CGTMSE act as an alternative risk mitigator, especially for the borrowers with no realizable asset. Since we have reduced the burden of the fee, so that burden is now it won't be a burden for the bankers as well as to the borrowers. Faster recovery process under CGTMSE, avoiding potential lengthy legal process. Most of the with collateral, if collateral security is taken, then it is difficult for the bankers also to avail that collateral facilities, and post if the account get defaulted, then they have to lengthy legal procedure has to be taken. But if such loans are covered under, if there is no collateral security and loans are covered under CGTMSE, CGTMSE says that we would be giving claim only after initiation of legal action. Now, legal action is what? Lok Adalat, arbitration, or that is 4 to 5 legal action proceedings are there. Bank can approach for the legal proceedings and avail the guarantee. So, bank can avail such guarantees wherein the avail the bank can avail the guarantee in such cases wherein that legal proceedings is a shorter period. That is, if you are going for an arbitration, then in the arbitration proceedings it would be like up to 5 years or up to 3 years the loan would get settled under this scheme. Then coming for faster recovery process, if the account is secured by CGTMSE, dealing officer, that is bank, there would be in a safe position in case of eventuality, and there is zero risk weightage which allows more capital leverage. Now, covering under CGTMSE is beneficial to the borrowers because if they don't have any collateral security, they can get covered under, they can lend, banks can lend for them and they can get covered under CGTMSE. Most of the borrowers approach CGTMSE saying that bankers हमें लोन नहीं दे रहे, हम आप लोग क्यों नहीं दे रहे, bankers हमें लोन नहीं दे रहे, हमारे पास collateral security नहीं है. But what we suggest them that आप अपना प्रोजेक्ट लेकर जाइएगा बैंक के पास. दैट प्रोजेक्ट शुड बी वेल सर्टिफाइड, इट शुड बी सर्टिफाइड बाय द रेटिंग करवाइएगा सब आपका प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट, एंड यू अप्रोच बैंक एंड यू से दैट यू वांट टू गेट कवरेज अंडर CGTMSE. सो व्हाई डोंट दे. हमारे पास RTI भी आता है कि बैंक्स हमें लोन नहीं दे रहे. सी, वी आर डीलिंग विद द बैंक्स, वी try our level best, that is whatever schemes, whatever benefits we can give to the banks as well as to the borrowers so that they can lend to the borrowers. Now we provide many training sessions to the banks also, given that we have come up with this modification, we have increased the limit from 5 CR. If the borrower has been taken a new loan, and if you want to upgrade that loan, for upgradation part also they can cover under CGTMSE. The bankers can give loans loans for the upgradation part and they can cover under CGTMSE. So we train bankers, we give information to the banks also, cover loans which are if borrowers are approaching, cover that loans. Because this scheme is a well-versed scheme wherein default portion where we reject the claims. There are certain points wherein we reject the claim, but the basic would be like whatever data banks are giving, on that basis only claims gets rejected. Otherwise it gets approved at the faster. We have a turnaround time of 30 days timeline wherein we would be settling the claims. And with the API part, on runtime basis the guarantees get approved. Up to almost we have covered up to 3 lakh crore guarantees, and we are expecting that in future we would be increasing that. And we would suggest bankers to approach to the rural areas wherein the borrowers are there, target the borrowers wherein they are unable, easy access to credit is very difficult for them. Approach that borrowers, target borrowers and give loans to them, lend to them and get covered under CGTMSE. So this would be beneficial to them as well as to the borrowers wherein their credit, they would be starting up a new business or existing business, they can get covered. So this was all about CGTMSE scheme guidelines and CGTMSE process flows. If you have any queries.
So not a query as such, but we are basically facilitators and we help MSMEs get CGTMSE loans as well as the other loans, because as you rightly mentioned, banks are unable to lend because the documentation is not done correctly. There is a lot of lack of awareness, and typically, so that is the problem that we are trying to solve over here. And we are also launching a digital platform which will help us scale in the tier 2 and tier 3 places, because we can't be present everywhere doing this.
Right.
So that will be like a DIY kit. But having said that, what we also observe is that banks typically don't give these loans unless you have like 2-3 years of business in existence and all of that.
Yes.
So those are some of the myths which are there, that collateral free. Plus also, banks are more comfortable if there is a certain level of collateral that is given.
Yes.
So then we are able to give a better benefit. So banks are able to take calls just like that. So these are some of the myths which are not clearly
Yeah,
known
because
to.
even we are like we bankers borrowers approach us saying
Yeah.
that bankers are asking for the collateral. So what we can do in that case? So see, we can't do anything over there. If bank approaches us, they punch the data in our books, then only we would be able to give facilitate them. But that's why we approach banks. We say that we have increased the limit. If a borrower comes for a loan that is already has he has an existing business and he want to upgrade that business, so since we have given a limit of 5 cr and the limit has been increased to 10 cr, if the borrower comes for more 2 cr loans, you can cover. For upgradation part also, they can cover under CGTMSE. And the fee rate, even bankers feel that the fee rate is very high under CGTMSE. That also we have relaxed it. So most of the bankers are approached to the MSE that CGTMSE is charging fee. See, we are guided by MSME department as well as RBIs. So whatever fee charges has been done. For NBFC, if you'll see that up to 21% interest rate only they can cover under CGTMSE. Above that, they can't cover. For banks, the rate of interest is stabilized, wherein NBFC, the rate has been increased to 35, 40, 50% also. But we have been guided that you have to cover only up to 21% loan. Even we are losing the guarantees for such loans if it is about 21%. But up to 21%, if it is more than 21% also, it is lost to CGTMSE also. CGTMSE loss we are targeting NBFCs that you lend, but you lend at lower rate, so that even the borrowers get benefited with that. If you're lending at 35, 40, 50, yeah, the cost of borrowing is on a higher side. If they are in the rural area, they say that NBFC's approach is saying that the cost of borrowing is on the higher side. That's why we are lending at this much percent. So you relax the interest percentage. But we are under, we can't, increase the limit. We have it limited up to 21%. For the banks, the interest limit is not there. For NBFC, we are target up to 21% lending can be covered under CGTMSE.
Madam, for a startup company, the leading bank managers take decision based on the feelings. So how can that be sorted out? And what is the percentage you are charging?
We are charging, there is a slab wise, up
Huh?
to 10 lakh loan, it is 0.37. From 8 to 10.
Annual rate you are talking about?
Yeah, annual rate.
0.37.
0.37.
Okay.
And up to 8 to 10%, that is maximum we charge up to 1.2%.
That low interest rate is there
Yeah.
per annum basis.
Per annum, that is the charge guarantee fee we charge.
Okay,
For
you
the
charge
loan,
the fees.
this is the
What is
guarantee fee.
Okay, what is the interest rate you charge?
Interest rate, we don't charge any interest
That
rate.
bank charge.
That banks charges.
How much they charge?
That depends upon banks to banks.
Okay, but what is the normal range of the banking?
Banking, I can't.
Say 8%, 10%, or
It
more
would
than
be
that.
about 10 to 12%. 10 to 12% only. In that range only it is there. It's okay.
There is clearly some disconnect out there because from what you said, right? There is no car weightage, right? It's just clean. You are giving, you are encouraging it, so the bank is incentivized to increase the loans. But everyone around here, nobody ever gets a loan around under this scheme. So there has to be some reality.
But what is the reason you are not getting it?
No, I have not tried it personally, but I'm just saying that for the people that we know, you never hear a banker, they come and try and sell every type of loan to you, but they never ever talk about this one. Why?
See, this is not a loan, this is a scheme,
I understand.
right?
This is backing
Backed by the
this is backing a product that
product.
the bank
Yes,
provides,
yes.
which should be super lucrative. If I'm a banker, if all this is true, it's the best product because I'm getting my guarantee, I'm getting no car weightage, and I'm getting my advance book loan.
Yeah.
So I would be pitching this before anything else.
Yes.
Why don't I? That's the question.
Because I help the issue is for a banker is not a straight product. There's
Yeah.
a lot of effort that will go in for picking. The bankers also have targets, right? So the easiest thing, whichever is the path of least resistance, easiest products is what they will sell. Over here, the decision making or the control is not very easy for them also. Plus the projects that come for them in front of them are not in the proper order. any business will come and say we want a collateral free loan, but then the
They-
kind of paperwork that is required is not in the place, which is why we are able to help and take cases in that manner. But what you're saying is right. Most of the people feel this loan is not, this is something that you can't get. But having said that, we have done excellent cases to the extent on a collateral amount of 2 CR, we have got limits approved of 8 CR under CGTMSE hybrid scheme. And against a collateral limit of 3 CR, we've got a limit
Five
of 12.
12.
And for companies with
Yeah, unsecured part you can
yes.
cover. NBFC it is like unsecured portion can be covered under CGTMSE. Wherein in this CGS one scheme is that hybrid model, when suppose if you are given 10 CR loan and there is collateral up to 2 CR. So up to 8 CR you can cover under CGTMSE. For so see, we are the guarantee giver. See, we are the guarantee giver. Our scheme CGTMSC portal is there, wherein whatever circulars we are coming up with, whatever I have raised on this, scheme percentage, coverage, and all, there is mentioned in the scheme guidelines itself. Scheme document is there in a portal website. There is a scheme document for each and every hosting product. 5. Under CGTMSE coverage, there is 5.
Ma'am, one real example, right? So we had a credit card, okay, backed by an FD, right? And this is with an A plus bank, Indian bank, private Indian bank. It was a startup, it was an FD, sure, we wanted credit card to process international payments, etc. At some point, when there is a home loan that I have on my personal capacity, I find my banker, the Singapore bank, saying, you have got this, came up on your, you have an outstanding debt on you.
Debt.
I'm like, कौन सा ये तो पहला है मेरा. They said कि ये XYZ bank, your startup where I'm a promoter, उसका it's a big FD and therefore there is a big credit card limit. Okay, it's almost like a uncapped limit, but it's not capped. It's actually 100% backed by FD.
Back pay.
On that, they put a personal guarantee of the director without my knowledge. Okay. So after that, I went and complained to the ombudsman also.
Okay.
Right? And they eventually overcharged the thing. But this is the kind of stuff that scares us because it's a credit card backed by an FD with your bank, and you call it, and when you say non-collateralized, this is the reality of what actually happens. So when somebody does,
Banks manipulation is there.
Achha, one thing any banker can answer any of these loans is a promoter guarantee. 100% is a promoter guarantee.
Yeah, I would like to comment.
Yeah.
See, first of all, this scheme is for promotion of business, not for personal loan, not for credit card.
Right.
This is for promoting entrepreneurship for business. If you want if you are having any business idea, if you are expanding, this is scheme for that. And now people are telling that why people are not availing this, why banks is not giving this. As ma'am also said, as I also said, roughly 3 lakh crores of rupees is given under this scheme in India, as on date.
In Maharashtra, if you'll see around it is 1,20,000 crore guarantees we have given.
This kind
In
of loan is given under this scheme.
Cumulative. If you'll cumulative, let's say it is around 9 lakh crore guarantees we have given to given. That is the guarantee we have given. Guarantee, uska percentage of that guarantee we are given the 75% of the loan coverage. So this much loans are getting covered under CGTMSE.
Huge amount of money is given and loan is given under this.
Initially, conventional method.
Answer the question. When you give a loan, do you ask for promoter guarantee?
It depends. No, it depends. Under this scheme, no. Promoters guarantee. See, if it's a proprietorship company, he is
Promoters fund.
no. And you may be having some, bad experience on any particular banks. It's being in a service sector. Sometimes there would be some complaints. We can't generalize.
See, we used to get complaints from the banks कि आप लोग का settlement नहीं हो रहा है, हमारा loan amount means settle नहीं हो रहा है. Earlier, see, as today is a digitalization summit है, wherein earlier it was like manual settlement. I am in CGTMSE since 2010. So earlier it was like manual settlement claims. So turnaround time was less. Now from last 10 to 12 years, it is like, we have digitalized it. The settlement is online based. Whatever document, whatever details MLIs is updating, it is system based. None of the manual calculation is there. All system based settlement is there. Even guarantee approval, it is like runtime basis. In a day basis, if you upload it, on a day itself, it would get settled, approved. And post approval, the fee would be generated, and payment initiation, whatever process is also there. Earlier, it was initial stage, we used to have DDs. DDs se paisa bhejte the banks hame. So now everything has been digitalized, and the process of claim settlement has also been increased. Even for the claim settlement part as well as with the guarantee part also. The जैसे hand in hand जा रहा है. If we are increasing the guarantee coverage, our settlement is also increasing on that basis itself, because we are giving the 2x part. एक बैंक का जो भी इनकम है उसका 2x हम दे रहे हैं. So that is the leverage even banks can maintain. Even we have to maintain a leverage. It is a government money. We have to maintain a leverage. But in order to maintain a leverage, we try a level best. We don't reject any guarantees. कोई भी गारंटी और क्लेम हम रिजेक्ट नहीं कर पा रहे. मोस्ट ऑफ द बैंकर्स के ये रहते हैं, कन्वेंशनल मेथड फॉलो करते हैं. दे आर लाइक CGTMSE में कवरेज दे दिया, चलो हम छोड़ देते हैं इसको, केस को. नहीं, you have to, if you have taken the guarantee cover under CGTMSE, you have to initiate legal action. Recovery process चालू रखो. Why to stop with the recovery process? It is not that CGTMSE is giving guarantee you would be leaving that account. Continue with the recovery proceedings. Okay.